All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Outerhaven YouTube channel. Enjoy myself, Getselious, and today I'm joined by Kini from Kini Games and Matthew, also from Kini Games. Or you want to be called Matt, or you want to be called by the French version Matthew with the IU in it.
I mean, Matt's fine, I think.
Matt's fine. Okay, fantastic. Okay.
Hey,
Hello
thanks
again.
for
Hey,
having us.
no
Yeah,
problem.
nice to be here.
So introduce yourselves. I mean, I know Kini from Kini Games from his some other smaller projects, and Matt, I never heard of you before until 20 minutes ago, and I'm assuming that you were trying to use tax evasion. So let us know about that.
Yeah.
So I'm a. Oh, are you going first?
No, you go first, Matt.
Okay. I mean, I guess I'm a pixel artist. Worked on a few games, most notably recently the Drifter. I did a lot of the background art for.
Hmm.
Um, and I'm working on a game called Theropods, if you've heard of
Oh yes, I played that during the last Team Next Fest. I loved it. That
that.
was
There
you.
you go. Yeah,
All right.
I'm like the lead artist and also programmer for that.
Oh, fantastic.
It's a long,
Well,
long time coming, but it's going. It's getting there.
yeah. Before we get into what we're really going to talk about, what I love about theropods is that it reminds me of playing like if you ever seen the TV show or the cartoon show Samurai Jack, or the
Yes.
90% of Samurai Jack is not voice acting; it's just a lot of sounds. Obviously, Jack talks throughout the series, but it's like the atmosphere takes over, and you get to watch a cartoon. Like it's a storytelling without telling the story. It's really great. I enjoyed it. So shout out to I really enjoy and looking forward to that. But that's a future thing. So now we know about Matt and that artist and programmer. We know about Kini. So let's talk about. I want to ask you guys a question of the studio. How did you guys meet?
Yeah. So we met while I was making my previous game, Signal and Echo. Iris is missing. We met online to begin with, and we've discussed this. We're not entirely sure whether Matt DM'd me or replied to a tweet of mine or something,
I think
but
I was like, I can't, yeah, maybe I replied to a tweet about it saying, yeah, I love this. Or
yeah, and he was very nice about the game, and I had seen him floating around Twitter, and I'd played some games that he had previously done the art for, and I loved his art, and I was super flattered that he had a played the game and b reached out and said how much he liked it. So we teamed up for a jam game. When was it? A couple of years ago, I think.
2023, sort of September, I think.
Yeah. Also with another pixel artist called Carl Dupree Richer, which I've probably butchered the pronunciation of. We made a small classic point and click adventure game called D-List Diva together, and we thought we worked well together. And Matt expressed to me that he was super into these kind of thinky games or deductive games or whatever you want to call them, games like
Hmm.
Return of the Obra Dinn and the Golden Idol games, and that's my jam entirely. So we
Yeah.
thought we should hook up and do something. And we've
Cool.
also
And cool. And I'm
oh,
assuming you mean by a game jam. Are you referring to one of those Adventure X jams like they hold recently? I think there's one coming up soon. The
Yeah.
Adventure
yeah, it wasn't
X.
actually an
Yeah.
Adventure X one,
It wasn't Adventure. Okay.
but it wasn't. It was specifically an adventure game one. What
Okay.
was it called, Matt?
It's called like the $100 and something game jam.
Oh
I
yeah,
I think the
yeah,
number goes up every year,
yeah.
and
So
the
I think
winner
it was
gets
the
however.
$107 adventure game jam that year, if I remember correctly. And
Yeah.
All
then
right.
yeah, you mentioned Adventure X. We've also met in person since at Adventure X.
Yeah, you've
Oh,
been there, but we
fantastic.
hadn't met one year, and then last
Yeah,
time it was on, we definitely met
Yeah,
in
that's one of my
2023.
goals. It's one of my goals in the future. I want to go to Adventure X, but it's
Oh
it's
yeah.
located across it's right across in England, and I heard flying could be a thing, and then I have to learn how to speak English, which apparently I'm not speaking
Oh,
English, so that's a thing.
I'd struggle with that as well.
Exactly, that's a thing. So you guys mentioned your past projects, and you also alluded to your current project, City of Voices. City of Voices. For a little background of it, I played the game. I played the demo. It's on the YouTube channel, and it's a kind of an interesting detective style game. So I guess a question I want to ask about that is comparative to You guys work on traditional point-click adventure games. Kini worked on a text parser game. Why did you guys decide to go for detective style / hidden items type game over traditional point-click adventure games?
Good question. First off, yeah, thanks for playing it and putting it on the YouTube channel. I watched it and it was a lot of fun. So when I set out to make Signal and Echo, the text parser game you mentioned, my aim really was to make a detective game or a game that required the player to do real deduction, like make real deductions in order to solve the puzzles. And I grew up playing point and click adventure games. It's still my favorite genre overall. So I work in an engine called Adventure Game Studio, which, as the name suggests, kind of lends itself to those kinds of games. So it just felt natural to me that I tried to make a point and click adventure game that required the player to make deductions. More recently, for the past couple of years, I've been working for the studio Color Grey Games in my day job, which makes the Golden Idol games. I was a huge fan of the first one and have been working on the sequel and its DLCs. So yeah, that was very clearly the more than inspiration. Like
I think that was definitely the driving force. You were like, this is kind of what I want to do. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we've shamelessly kind of stolen a lot of their mechanics with the creators' blessing. Although we've changed some.
I think we've put our own unique spin on there.
Yeah, we've changed some significant things up as well, as you know. Like,
yeah, as long as you don't do the classic trope of this is my OC, I didn't steal from it, and it's like all you did was change the color T-shirt from red to green. That'd be pretty messed up. It's like that's my waifu, don't steal. Like, bro, wait, that's my character. Like, no, it's mine, bro. As long as you didn't do particulars on that blatant, I think it's okay. Like, you didn't like. There is a difference between Guybrush Threepwood and Threepwood's Guy. There's a clear difference between the two.
Oh, he's my favorite character.
He's my favorite,
from
yeah.
Donkey
Exactly.
Island.
So long as you don't do something that crazy, yeah. Like Threepwood Guy and Guybrush Threepwood, two completely different characters. So.
Saying that, wasn't there some images floating around the other day of some like AI Monkey Island?
Ugh.
Oh my god! I think I saw some. I was like, oh my. Anyway, I don't want to get into that. I'm just like, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Topic.
Look, man, let's get this out the way. Look, if you have all that money to pay for AI, you could have also just used the same money and talent to make something, even if you're not good at it. That's all I'm saying. I would rather you just make the thing. That's it. Just please make the thing. That's it. Just please make the thing.
Just make the thing. That's a good.
Just make the thing. Yeah, I stand by that.
Put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah, just make the thing. Yeah, that'd be a great t-shirt. But that's kind of cool, though, that you're inspired by Golden Idol and other games. And since both of you guys worked on previous games before, your own games and others, what have you learned from working on other games? I mean, Matt with Theropod and The Drifter, and you from Single. I mean, I did love, Iris is Missing. What did you guys learn from those games that helped you guys put City of Voices together?
I mean, the thing that drew me to sorry. What I learned from when we were doing the game jam together is that we had such a sort of it was refreshing to me to have such a good workflow. Like Will did the writing, design, and I would just purely do art. He would tell me this is what we need, bang, and it's something that I don't always experience in my work normally. Because I'm a bit of a jack of all trades, so I'm just like, oh, do this, do that, do whatever. But I think having clear, defined roles for everyone is actually really helpful. And that's something that City of Voices is doing for us at the moment. If that answers.
Hopefully. And something I think I learned through Signal and Echo, and have also had reinforced with the Golden Idol work, is just to test the hell out of it.
Oh.
I'm really. I can't remember whether you were actually. I think you might have been a tester, Getselious, right? You're in the credits.
Look, yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't want to expose myself here. Everyone knowing here, this interview, there's a slight bias. I was a tester for the first game. I've also tested a bit of this game. I've also covered this game. So therefore, this is me saying it out there. Please, and also put the check in my name. Getselious, capital G, capital G. Okay, get it? I don't want, yeah.
And actually, while we're on that subject, I want to take a brief side note because I wanted to say this at some point. Like, I'm so appreciative of how supportive you've been of that game and this one, and also I don't know whether this interview is part of the Outerhaven or just your own thing, Getselious. But
no, it's part. It is part of the Outerhaven. This is an outer. Yeah. That's why I said. That's why in the intro I politely said, "Welcome back to the Outerhaven." I didn't say "Welcome back to my YouTube channel," which I did not use.
But yeah, so super grateful for your support and the Outerhavens more generally. And as you know, I put that project on hold because I basically made the classic mistake in your first proper game of thinking I'm going to make this epic magnum opus and I bit off way more than I could chew. And I'll still return to it at some point. But I felt really bad when I had to announce that, particularly for people who had been super supportive of it. And you were right up there with the people that made me feel bad about, not because you said anything to make me feel bad, but just because you'd been so supportive.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Like I said, I'm not like other YouTubers. I didn't make a hit piece yet. I didn't go like a 20-hour video talking about how Kini Games exposed. It's over. Like he eats chips the wrong way, and that's right. Which there is a wrong way to eat chips. I've seen video. Yeah,
do you mean chips or crisps? This is
learn to speak English, Getselious, if you want to come to Adventure X.
Okay. All right. So, I'm gonna have a slight argument here. I'm not gonna call it crisp because you may not be able to see it in front of me, but right now there is, because I just got this from I ordered it. There's a chip company called The Good Crisp, and I'm like, you know what? Whatever, sure. You're the Good Crisp, all right. I'm just gonna go eat chips, and I mean the proper chips, okay? The one you put the gravy on, all right?
To answer your actual question, though, about what I'd learned from past games, I said testing a lot. That's what got us sidetracked, I think. And so I'm often surprised by how little game developers seem to test their games, or if they do a lot of testing, many of them seem to do it once the game is basically already finished. And they're just looking for bugs and stuff. Whereas with Signal and Echo, I did a lot of testing throughout the process, and the puzzles changed a lot as a result because I got everyone to record videos of their tests, or I'd watch them live, and I'd see what they struggled with, and I'd adapt the puzzles accordingly. And that's what we also do with the Golden Idol games, and that's exactly what we're doing with City of Voices as well.
Yeah, like this is all offhand here. So I offer my services. People know if you want me to test your game, as you know, as Kini pointed out, I will test your game, or if I find it, I'll play it. Matt, I'd like to check. I'll link it to you, but I did play Theropods. I enjoyed it. I'll link it to what I learned about it. But I noticed that a lot of developers is how they take feedback. Now, there are some people who are poor at explaining themselves, giving feedback. Some are a little emotional. I will say that politely, emotional. They would be like, this game ruined my life. It broke my marriage. I have no more chips in the house. The crisps are dead. There's no fish. I don't want anything else anymore. I'm not going to cheeky Nando's, which I think is too expensive, but I'm not British enough to say that. Look, I don't care what anybody says, man. If you're charging, I kid you not, the equivalent of $60 for a half roast chicken, I think it's too expensive. Okay, I think that's nothing against Cheeky Nando's. It's probably a great establishment, but I think it's expensive.
I remember the last time I had a Nando's, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but on a serious note, because I have too many friends across the pond, they tell me things. But like I do test games and I play it out, and I feel like a lot of feedback for games is like how people communicate as well as what the developer is looking for. I think a developer has to be open-minded to know that you're going to get good feedback, bad feedback, average feedback, or unclear feedback, and you have to like learn to look through that. That's a different skill set, because there are some people who are super positive, and then even when they're talking positive, there's like little hints of like they don't like elements of the game. These are things in like, but they're still being positive. There are people who are overtly negative, but there's things you could learn from it. And there are people who just, like I said, don't know. They're like, well, this level is okay, but I don't get it. Like maybe they don't get it because if you watch them play and get so like for all developers who take feedback, please take your feedback from, as Kini pointed out, many stages of your game, as well as take a large array of feedback if you can. Like, get people who don't know your genre. Get people who know your genre. Get a random 12-year-old who just want you to buy them ice cream to play your game. That works too sometimes.
Yeah, I think I agree with all that. And another thing I'd stress is the value of actually getting people to record their playthroughs, or better yet, watching them play it live, like screen sharing. So many people seem to just let someone play it and then get them to fill out a form afterwards or something. And
I agree with that. The form method is a very old school marketing thing, and I've come from that background as someone who works in business real life. That works in certain things, but that's a different type of testing. Like, it's like if I was testing like how good these chips are, the good crisp bar, and I mix it with Pringles and other canned chip brands, a form would work out. But for a video game, sometimes doesn't. It's not a bad system. Sometimes doesn't. But it's like you have to like experiment how you get feedback, as you pointing out there.
Yeah, sometimes people seem really miserable when they're playing a certain puzzle, but then afterwards they'll report to you that they loved it, or vice versa. And you think, really? I think you're just being nice, or you're just an overly critical person, or whatever. Like, but you can actually see and hear what they're feeling in the moment when you watch them play it in real time.
Yeah, I watched a lot of people playing a demo in like Next Fest or whatever we were in, and it's fascinating to see how people like interacted with it. Everyone was like so different, and it's really curious.
That's really cool. And as you guys mentioned before, City of Voices has many similarities from other classic hidden item games, detective games. And you mentioned Golden Idol was an inspiration. What other hidden item or point-click games was also inspiration for this game? Because no spoiler, City of Voices, this game is way more slice of life than I expected it to be. And I'll be honest with you, Chuffs, Kini, the writing makes me relate to, no spoilers, that what it's like to grow up being quote unquote the weird kid, you know, like you're not at the age where other kids are at, you know, like some kids at one point in their life are into like, I would say basketball, and you're still into Spider-Man and Power Rangers, you know, that's trust me, you guys, you know that.
This is the thing that we wanted people to sort of actually connect.
Yeah, that's really nice to hear. And Matt mentioned we've watched 100 Let's Plays of the demo, and it's been amazing to see how much players do connect with the main character and what she's going through and what happens to her.
I wouldn't say it's semi-autobiographical, but it's certainly inspired by both of our sort of experiences growing up and sort of being a bit different.
So one of your moms will stop by. One of your moms will stop by the police by a random breathalyzer. Are you drunk?
No comment.
No comment. All right. Because I'm gonna be fair. No offense, you Brits. Come on, you gotta breathalyze me. Come on, the pub is already open at 9 a.m. You already know what's happening. I'm just saying. Come on.
Okay, but why in America do they seem to? This is just judging by videos I've seen online, but it seems like they pull someone over for drink driving or suspected drink driving, and then they make them do all these tests, like say the alphabet backwards, walk in a straight line, heel to toe. Why not just get the breathalyzer out?
Yeah, just get it.
Oh, because we want to humiliate them. We want to ruin your life. The first step is to make you feel bad. The second step is then put you in jail. It's a two-step process. I prefer the English method where you guys have a proper argument, and this is the pub was open. What do we do, mate? Come on. Spoon's open at 10 sharp. I'm there 10:15. Let me go my way, yeah? I support that method. But no.
Good.
We have to do a spin test, a breath of wiser, finger on nose, all that jazz.
So long as we're on the same page. Great.
Yeah.
What other games, though, point-and-click games helped inspire it? I mean, I can tell you about games that we love, point-and-click games, and to a certain extent, games that we've replayed many times, just kind of you absorb them, and some of that goes into your work, even if you're not thinking about it explicitly. To be honest, I can't think of any point-and-click games where explicitly I thought, this is an inspiration.
Really. I guess, something that, sticks to you. To me, to this day, and I want to give a huge shout-out. He's one of my guys. I love Dave Gilbert. I think every game I play. Yeah, I love Dave Gilbert. I mean, Blackwell was unironically my unemployed period. When I was unemployed, Blackwell was there for me. So I played all the Blackwell series while I was unemployed. So I got my gig and I sitting going whatever. But it's so a lot of point and click games I see now from the modern era, or people calling this a Renaissance era, I see elements of Blackwell in it, even though I'm not trying to. So there's I guess the way to look at it. Yeah,
totally. And I would. You and I share a love of the Blackwell games, and I've even watched you play some of them. But yeah, that's one of the games I had in mind a second ago when I said, I didn't explicitly think that's an inspiration, but some of that has seeped into me and will seep out in things I make, I'm sure. Another one more recent is Perfect Tides.
I was about to say that. You've stolen
that. God, Meredith is great. I played their game. It's great. I had a chance to play the demo. I was at PAX East and I played the follow-up demo. And it's fantastic.
Yeah, I played the follow-up demo whenever. I don't know if it's still out on Steam, but yeah, super excited for it and love the first one.
Yeah, I love the sort of nostalgia that I felt, even though obviously it was not my life, but it was brilliant in conveying
that. Perfect Tides. This is a little spiel here. That game takes place where I'm from, and from a different era when it's in. And I live in that city. And I know the changes she made there. And I even talked to her about it. That's not a restaurant anymore. That's something else. Yeah, I know. That pizza's because I know that. I know where in the city this is. I know exactly. So it's it's just for me a trip down memory lane of what the neighborhood or that part of the city used to be. I mean, things change, but it keeps going up. Things change. So it's kind of cool in that regard. And I'm going to focus that. And Matt, what inspired you? Because you've been there with your capybara little. What inspired you?
I mean, deep back, I would say Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis, but I'm not sure how much of that has transferred into this.
Oh God,
but that's just my favorite.
Are you aware of the speedrunner, the Woofs or Woofs?
I don't know speedruns; they scare me.
Yeah. No, God, it's great.
It was great. He was speedrunning Atlantis, I think, about 3-4 months ago before he took a small break, and he showed me how fast you can beat the car chase Nazis. That is crazy. I didn't think it was possible. So yeah, and because of him, jokingly, this is what I love about the point community. A lot of you guys making games or streaming games. I've never played some of the games. I go on and buy it. I bought the Fate of the Circle, and I'm going to play in the future. So yeah.
Nice.
What else recently? I would say Lamplight City by
Lamplight. That's a good one.
It's a really good sort of thinking
game.
That's
a really good one.
Doesn't punish you for making mistakes, which is nice.
Well, ending-wise, yes.
Ending-wise, it does, but not. It doesn't go, oh, game over, you did it wrong.
Yeah, but that's a really interesting game, and I like games that try to do something different.
Yeah, it's different.
As much as I love a lot of classic point and clicks, and if there's a great one that comes out that just does all the fundamentals really well, then I'll enjoy the hell out of it. But yeah, I love checking out games that try to do something different mechanically, and Lamplight City is a good example of that.
Yeah, Lamplight City borrows, in his sequel game, Rosewater, borrowed a lot of different elements put together. I feel like Lamplight City was like the beginning, and Rosewater is like the completion of how Francesco moved a lot of his different parts together to make a great game. So check those games out if you haven't already. And speaking of doing things differently, how many ways did you guys have to think of how to solve your puzzles in your game based on what people find differently? Because when you're playing a detective style game or a hidden item game or this type of, I would say, game, people look at things differently, obviously. I mean, you've seen people's playthroughs. Like, some people found this first. I'm not going to put a spoiler out there. There is, like, there is the first puzzle in the school bench, or looks like the opening of school or park. Some people may notice the book first over the mark first, or the kid over the fence first. Like, how do you guys like think about your puzzles based on how you think people look differently? You guys are like, well, A, B, C, D, and that's it. See you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, no. I think we definitely try to have more than one way to, or more than one clue telling you a certain part of the puzzle, if possible. Yeah, like in that level that you mentioned, there are sort of two main clues that lead you to the main revelation, which I won't say for spoiler reasons, but yeah, a lot of people, most people don't spot one of them.
And I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
It was a constant annoyance.
Yeah. But yeah, that's why it's good to have more than one way that people can get it. And then, like, if people become fans of the game, and I see this with the Golden Idol games, then it's really fun to see them discussing on Discord or Message or Reddit or wherever, like, clues that they didn't spot, but they saw someone else spot in their playthrough. And it's like, I got that same conclusion, but a completely different way. So that's always fun. And then as for like what order they click on things, yeah, I mean, there's some tiny little things you can consider, like people will have a natural tendency to click from left to right, but mostly we don't think about that kind of stuff. We think about the aftermath of the scenario, like knowing what has come before, which is the story that the player has to work out. And we think, well, what would this scene look like? What bits of evidence would have been left in the process of that story being played out?
Right. Because it's more like if you guys, I guess the way to describe it is like, there is a lot of, like, you guys know puzzle design. You guys play computer games. This is way people look puzzles. And if you guys, I'll give it a perfect example here. Shout out to Crimson Diamond. Julia, she's a lovely. I love you.
Absolutely.
And how her puzzles work is kind of based on your tuition, how you put it together in puzzle games, which is interesting. There are some games that have a very linear thought out. I would say a lot of the old school games do. And when it comes to that, when I talk to people how they solve puzzles, as you pointed out early in the conversation, the level of frustration versus the elation aha moment, that kind of gap of like point click games is very important. It gets cool. And I think that when I play City of Voices, I never really feel the high tension between I hate you, I hope everything bad happens to you, or the low, like, okay, I know how to solve it now, it's a puzzle it is. I never feel the tension between it. So you guys have a good mix. So it's nice. Like, so I'm trying to say, like how you guys think about like the puzzle, because when it comes to puzzling, there's two stressors, and I'll label it again. The stressors of I hate you, I hope everything bad happens to you, to the oh my god, not another Switch puzzle, guys.
Yeah. And this is another place where extensive testing comes in, because what we want really is for the player to get stuck and then to figure it out. You certainly don't want the player for everything just to be obvious immediately. We also don't want them to be stuck for hours, like, and when they finally get it, it better be satisfying for them. It better not be like, oh, how was I supposed to?
You like to chase that aha moment.
Yeah,
exactly.
I really do like to chase that aha.
Yeah,
moment.
You like to design those as well, don't you?
Yep, that's what it's all about.
That's all true. Is
seeing players have those aha moments is what is.
Yeah, it's
all
great.
about.
That's why I loved
That
watching
sounds
all
great.
of the videos of streamers. And,
Yeah, the best way to describe it is like if you guys don't know this, I talk about this on a point click community when listen like Moon Logic / Cartoon Logic, and a perfect example of Moon Logic Cartoon Logic is I recommend this game. It's not recommend this game, but I'll point a puzzle for this game. There's this game called Randall's Monday. In Randall's Monday, there's a puzzle where you have to make your marker work. Now, you're in the kitchen. You see matches. You see a stove. You would think that heating up the marker will let the ink dry so you can like just write something out. No, guess how you solve it? You put it in a cup of alcohol so it can write.
I don't know. I think would
if
that
it's an
work?
alcohol marker.
That's the thing. Yeah, it's a pen marker, but it was called a pen the whole time.
Yeah, okay.
And then
you need to rehydrate it, but re-alcohol.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a kind of a cartoon Moon Logic where people get upset. If you guys seen my recent stream, not say my recent stream, but I've done I'm doing a playthrough of Kathy Ring 2. No spoilers. I know Kini, I don't want to spoil it for you. There's a puzzle in the game where myself and Summer overthink all the possibilities. Actually, the whole puzzle just call a friend on the phone because you can't talk to the friend to come to your house to fix it. That was frustrating, even though it was something so simple that's so dumb. But that's not Moon Logic. That's the painful I hate you this moment, right? And another example of Moon Logic is jokingly play any Guybrush, play any Monkey Island game. Monkey Island's great, but there's some Moon Logic in those games, and they're great. But
there's some. Although I like to differentiate between Moon Logic and Cartoon Logic. Go
ahead, give me your elaboration.
Yeah, so in my mind, Moon Logic is stuff that really doesn't make sense. It's like it's kind of what is the developer thinking of? You just have to guess what's in their mind. And the classic examples are like the goat puzzle in Broken Sword and the making a mustache out of, what is it, cat hair, and sellotaping it to your face to impersonate someone who doesn't even have a mustache. Or something like that.
Curse of Monkey Island, yeah.
It's in what is it? Is it one of the 3D Gabriel Knights? I haven't actually played it.
Oh my god! I feel like I know which Gabriel Knight it is. I want to say 1. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments below, guys. I think it's 1. I think it's 1, but I could be wrong.
But Cartoon Logic to me still makes sense, but only in a kind of, it wouldn't work in real life, but it has a kind of Saturday morning cartoon logic to it. And an example I've given before is in Day of the Tentacle.
That's like the perfect example of cartoon logic.
Yeah, it's got cartoon logic throughout, and I love that game, and I think the puzzles are fantastic, but they're all cartoon logic. And so one puzzle that sticks in my mind is where you need to get a tiny jumper or sweater for you, Getselious, for a hamster. And you need that in the future, and you have time machines in this game, and you can pass objects between characters from the past, present, and future. And so what you do is you get a regular size sweater in the present, you put it in the dryer, and you feed the dryer like 1 million coins that you've got from a vending machine, which you broke into with a crowbar. And the dryer runs for years and years because you fed it so many coins, and then you
pick it up.
Yeah, and by that time it's shrunk down to a hamster size.
Yeah, I played the remaster. I don't know if that's the original, but so I feel like as a little distinction for me, Cartoon Logic and Moon Logic, I guess, is more of like a vibe kind of thing, because I love the Sam Max series. It's one of my favorite point-click adventures of all time. Sam Max has cartoon logic, but it works in their world. My personal take is that I think Moon Logic and Cartoon Logic, I actually Moon Logic more often, is that when it's outside even the scope of the world. That's when it gets that's when I hate you and I wish nothing bad things happen to you energy. That's where that comes from. The moment that even if it doesn't work in the scope of your world or even in character, I've noticed that I had a chance to play the first Ed and Harvey, the Breakout game. Some
Oh,
of the
wow.
puzzles in that game just feels out of character, but it's still kind of fun, enjoyable. But it's not Moon logic. It's still within the cartoon realm of how wacky of this world of somewhat clinically insane people who may not be clinically insane.
Yeah, I haven't actually played that one, so
For me, like,
yeah,
I guess like Moon logic for me is just like trying to you just can't understand what the developers are thinking. Like it doesn't come
Yeah,
from
that's
anywhere.
that's a lot of people in the community could use that term, etc. But yeah, I appreciate Kini putting the distinction because he still thinks the cartoon world works logical. For me, like not using it interchangeably. I'll probably, like I said, thanks Kini. I'll just say Moon logic now because I do play games with cartoons in them and they still work logically. So yeah, I'll just see that. And speaking of things to talk about, so I need to ask you guys. So, have you guys played any point-and-click games recently?
Yeah, I
The
have.
Drifter.
Yeah, I'm playing the Drifter currently.
That's cool.
Matt is watching people play it because he
I don't
worked
have
on
time,
it.
and I don't have
my
time to
God.
play them.
But yeah, no,
Oh,
I'm really enjoying the Drifter. It's great, super slick, and glad to see that it seems to be doing really well. Before
Cool.
that, I played Rosewater, which I really enjoyed,
Yeah.
and which we mentioned by Grundoslav Games, Francisco.
It's a great guy.
Yeah, absolutely, he is. Yeah, what if I still have on my
Is my
list?
internet being weird? Sorry, I'm back.
That's all right. You're good.
Yeah, after that on my list, I still have to play Old Skies. I can't believe a Dave Gilbert game has come out and I've waited this long to play it, but I've been busy with Rosewater.
So I have a funny story about Old Skies. I had to do a review for Old Skies, but by the time I got Old Skies, I was already at PAX East. Then my computer parts came in, and I'm build my new PC, which is great. I bought a $5,000 PC to play 1998 games. Great idea, which I recommend everyone do. And then after that happened, I kid you not, in IRL, in my real life, I recently just got promoted at my job.
Oh,
Thank you. Yeah, I like if you guys seen, I think I posted on Blue Sky and everything else. So it's like that happened, and I haven't had a chance to sit down and play this game a second time so I can review it. And I would say Old Sky is a strong emotional journey. It gives me what I loved about the Blackwell Deception and the Blackwell Epiphany, the last two Blackwell games. How that strong emotional core, Dave Gilbert's storytelling. So that's the only spoiler I'll give about the game. But I will make a review about it soon once taxes are paid. Hopefully, when taxes are paid. Oh god! But yeah, the moment I got the game, my entire life just sped forward. It was crazy, but it's a great game.
Yeah, no, that's fully what I'm expecting out of it, is an emotional journey. Yeah.
It's really good. So Matt had a chance to play a game. So this is the question I like to ask every point click developer, and I always want to know what game would you be making if you couldn't make point click adventure games? If you couldn't make games within this space, what type of games do you think you guys would be making?
Yeah, that's an interesting question.
I mean, I love tower defense games, so probably that. I would like to make a really mad
That's
tower defense game.
I'll start.
It's like so far removed.
There. No, I love certain tower defense games. I recommend Defender Quest 2 as a very strong narrative compared to the first game. I need to ask you about this. What do you like about tower defense games? What is it that draws you to it?
There's a kind of nice strategy to it, and I mean, for me, it's kind of a bit mindless as well. But there's a generally nice strategy to trying to work out, your best things to build. And I like the ones where you can actually choose the route that you build up, and you can sort of choose what tile you want to place down next or whatever. Like there's one recently I've been playing called Tower Dominion. It's really good. I recommend.
That's cool. So
but yeah, it's completely it's so illogical that I like them, but they're just like fairly.
No, trust me, I play tower defense games too, but I'm very particular about tower defense games I play. So.
I just completely tuned out that conversation because I was thinking about my answer. So I don't know what you said about tower defense games, but
They're very fun. They're good strategy. You could kind of turn your brain off on them depending which one you play. Some tower defense game have RTS elements, like I think the Alchemist game was an Alchemist game. Some of them are very straightforward, like Defender's Quest, and I don't recommend Bloom. I don't know call Bloom a tower defense game. Yeah, Bloom. Yeah, that one. Bloom is a tower defense game, but I've also seen like the microtransactions if you play the free version. So yeah, good times.
I mean, my kind of cheating answer. Yeah, my kind of cheating answer is that I would just still be making some kind of deduction game. It just wouldn't have point and click mechanics. It might be something more like Tunic or something.
Okay.
Tunic? That's more of a action. Tunic is more like action
Tunic without the action, without the fighting and stuff. More just like running around an open world, discovering secrets and
like a Metroidvania, but with puzzles.
So you make
Metroidvania could be fun.
Yeah, you could make like a game called called Ico that came out years ago for PS2. That's like that. Those are those type of games. Yeah, those games. Yeah, they do exist. Yeah, so you make
or a so-called Metroidvania.
Metroidvania. Those are.
Wait, is that a term?
Yeah, it is a term. Although I think there's hot discussion about whether it should be the right term or not. But basically, a Metroidvania, but instead of getting upgrades and stuff that allow you to progress to new places, the only thing that stops you at the beginning of the game from being able to rush to all areas and right to the end is knowledge that you haven't gained yet. Which is kind of there's definitely a Metroidvania element to Tunic if you strip away all the fighting.
That's the thing is that the only problem about Metroidvania using your brain there. If somebody knows pre-knowledge, it could just speedrun and break the game. That'd be fun to watch, but also discouraging.
No, totally. And I think I've seen speedrun, or at least one speedrun of Tunic, and it's fun. And the devs very clearly had speedrunners in mind. And actually, you could sort of say Signal and Echo is like that, because if you know what to type in the text parser, you can skip right to the end of the game from the word go. And actually, I've seen the Woofs, who you mentioned earlier, Getselious. He used to speedrun that game, and it was a lot of fun. Although they had to self-impose rules where they couldn't just skip right to the end of the game.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the speedrun would have been about 30 seconds long.
Yeah, exactly. He has to at least do the first computer search. Yeah. The only thing is that I was surprised that the password, no spoiler, is you could just ask your boss about gravy. Oh yeah, I got gravy and chips. You get a pint of gravy and chips, and the game is solved. I was hoping that was the answer, but it is what it is. I had to actually look it up because I thought it was crazy. Because I've seen fish and chips with mushy peas. I never actually saw there was a gravy thing, and apparently, I think you told me a while back it was a more of a southern London delicacy.
I remember this conversation.
Gravy and chips.
Yeah. No, the other way around. It's a northern thing. Yeah.
I was going to say. Yeah. And then there's scraps.
Yeah, another one. Yeah, I got it mixed up. Yeah, it's a different kind. So it's like because nowadays, like to be honest, I know some decent pubs or bars because where I live. Some places are now trying adding curry and chips, and I'm like,
yep, that is a thing.
And I'm like, personally, as someone who enjoys spice, that spice better be on point. I don't want mild curry. I want the full heat flavor in my
the curry sauce.
Gonna do that.
The curry sauce.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that kind of like the Japanese curry? It's kind of that kind of curry sauce.
Yeah, it's mild. Yeah, I know that.
Mild.
I've seen because it's like. If you guys know where I'm from, obviously spoiler. Like my city is full of mixed people. We have a whole bunch of things. A lot of bar culture in the city does try to add future elements or stuff from across the pond. It also takes notifications from my phone reminding me that yes, you need to pick up your Amazon package. Which I'm like, yes, my Amazon package I didn't order, which means it's a spam. Which is always I love that. By the way, whoever's in charge of phone protection, please provide spam blockers because I don't like getting spam. No one likes that.
Reasonable, yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible stuff. But yeah, long story short though, like if you live in a multicultural city, multiple people, and you'll notice change in threads where people borrow stuff from other cultures. Like
Mhm.
I would say a lot of English elements of English bar culture, not the eating or drinking stuff. A lot of food ideas come from them. Like I said, now we're mixing fish and chips with like curry, which I know you guys been doing over there. But I only want to see a spicy version of that. I don't want the mild. Okay, I want to taste the heat because I think it'll be a better idea. Because that's just me. I've had the not the I forgot what you guys call. I had mushy peas before, but I end up ordering that. I had that, and I end up I did this as a coward. I ordered a side of rice because I didn't want to eat it with my chips, so I just actually put it with the fries. I was rice. I wasn't going to do that. Nope. Peas go with rice.
Mushy peas. I love mushy peas.
No.
I can't. I punked out. I will own that much. I'm like on my fry, absolutely not. Well, my rice, 100%.
Yeah.
Never.
Because my people eat rice and peas. But before I get out of the tangent here, I just want to thank you guys for coming out today for this interview. Hope you guys having a good one. And I want to ask you guys a real personal question. This is something really important. You guys make point-and-click adventure games. You talk about like how much you love the puzzle, the feedback. You guys love the entire genre because you guys aren't making a traditional game. You're making a very different directive style. You're experimenting the space that we have because a lot of people are. I would say some people just like, well, if I follow the traditional format or like I get to what I mean traditional, I call traditional point and click games now since I grew up in the LucasArts era of games, like a LucasArts game. I would say Guybrush Threepwood, Monkey Island is I consider now the traditional point and click adventure game.
Yeah,
a lot of people and a lot of developers kind of still follow in that veins. And I kind of appreciate you guys. Yeah, a lot of people, because it's one of the goats for like many the series of goats for reasons. But I want to compliment you guys for expanding the box and doing things. And I want to ask you guys the question I want to ask you is, why do you love this game genre, and what makes you drawn to play it and still make games for it?
I mean, Oh, do you want to go, or shall I go?
No, you go. Matt.
I mean, I have such like nostalgia for the playing it with my dad, and like when I was younger, I was like 6 when I played Fate of Atlantis or something around then, and obviously I was like I couldn't work out how to play it, so playing it with someone else was so much fun, and I always like the sort of cooperative aspect of like puzzle games, and I still do it with some friends, and I watch my friends playing the Drifter at the moment. I'm helping them play it. Yeah, and the narrative as well is always good.
I've been playing them since I was a kid too, and I'm sure there's plenty of nostalgia built into why I still love them. But I do think I like to think that even if I only discovered them today, I would still love them. One, I love puzzles, as we've discussed, but also there's something about point and click adventure games that I've never been able to express properly, but it's something like this. Like, I love the sense that they can provide of being in a world. Like, and I think part of it has to do with how time is kind of stood still. Like, you can leave the keyboard, come back after your lunch, and you haven't died. Like, people they're kind of doing whatever they're doing until you do something that makes them move on, or the game moves on.
Saying that you like being God.
No, I think I don't know what it is, but like, there's some sense of being in the world, and I'm not quite sure why I get it more with point and click adventure games than I do in, say, like even something like The Witcher 3, let's say, where you could sort of say the same thing. You go into a town and NPCs are wandering around, and the guy at the market is just going to stand there. I don't know what it is, but I just feel like, I'm really they can get me really into their world somehow.
I feel like the same way with books. It has that kind of
Yeah.
with a certain,
Yeah.
a certain type of book, not always the same.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like books can bring me into their world much more than movies can if they're good. And
If they're good, yeah.
Somehow point and clicks do it to me more than other genres.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
You can see that. Yeah, I'm in the same boat as well. Like, I love point and click games because I'm playing it for a while, and for my personal journey is that, I play point and click games. My old man got it for me because of playing, because he thought they're educational games. Lo and behold, they were educational, but a different way.
Yeah.
I learned stretchy pants can hold infinite amount of items. That's a good skill to learn. And I learned that saying, nope, that doesn't work out loud in front of other people. Really, people would pay attention if you say that out loud. So, but I got into it because my old man got it for me, and I played on my computer then. And also, it was one of the first games that I had in my life that I enjoyed from like me learning English. Like I'm technically English like a language, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
And I learned from playing video games, reading books, et cetera. So it's like that really helped me learn English really cool. And what gets me coming back to them is I feel like after the 90s, I think the last point and click game I really played was probably the original Grim Fandango. And I haven't played any point and clicks till then after that. Then I saw out of nowhere on a insanely cheap Steam sale this game called Blackwell for like $2. I bought the first one and boom, boom, here I am. The genre came back again. I just haven't played because like during I would say because I feel like there's like 2 or 3 different generation point and click games. You have people before me, because I call myself LucasArts kids. You have people who came from the Sierra days.
Yeah.
And those guys had so many games, things I never heard of, like from Police Quest to Robin Hood, the longbows. They had Space Quest. They had so many strange, unique games. Leisure Suit Larry, which I'm deeply surprised that was able to get made in any time frame, like that level of game. So I give shouts to them. I played some of them, and like that grew up in. Like I said, I think not most people. I grew up in the era of like LucasArts, and then ended, which I guess people call a golden age. And then the second age, like around they called the Dark Ages, where we had games like Broken Sword 3 and 4, the 3D era. And I didn't really play some of them, but here's the thing: because I played the new point click games like Blackwell, Kathy Rain, and some others, and they see in the stream, and even I think I also got back to point clicks also because of Sam Max came out when it was Telltale making the episode series. That made me come back too. But it's like, to make a long story short, like because I'm playing these games now, and shout outs to people remastering them and putting them on, I'm able to play all the games I missed. And I played Broken Sword 3 and 4, and they're not that bad. I mean, it's kind of early 3D adventure games. They aren't that bad. So I had fun playing them. I played was it Erica Reed thriller game was pretty fun. I played Active Vatican 1. I haven't played a second one yet. So it's like the point and click genre, like even if I left it for a long time, I always come back to it. So it's kind of like, even without nostalgia, it's like the genre kind of grows even if you go away from it. So that's what I kind of like about it.
Yeah, I
being part
think,
of the lexicon.
I mean, it's certainly a healthy genre still, I think.
yeah, I think I had a relatively similar experience. Like, I grew up playing these games with my dad, and I think my dad sort of gave them to me because he thought they were maybe not educational, but like they required thinking rather than just being about shooting stuff or whatever.
Yeah, it's like
and then, like you, Getselious, I think I probably stopped. I was a LucasArts boy too, much more than Sierra. Never really played those games, but probably somewhere around Grim Fandango was also my last one. And then I never really played games for years, apart from like, I don't know, round friends' houses on their consoles. But I think it was when somehow I heard that they were making Broken Age, and I was like, "Oh, damn! These guys who made some of my favorite games from my childhood are making a new one." And then, yeah, I think that might be what got me back into this whole space of, checking out what else was still going on in the adventure game scenes, and then that's how I came to learn about Dave Gilbert and Francisco. And
I mean, I guess for me, like, because I joined the AGS forums like quite early on, sort of 2002 or something.
Wow,
So
you joined
I've-
technically the dark ages. I was out
Yeah.
because I couldn't find any games at stores. That's what happened to me. Like it's like an entire genre just disappeared. Like I would go into a random game shop game shop or whatever, just couldn't find them. GameStop didn't sell computer games, but yeah. So I could find a World of
2002,
Warcraft there though.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I
exactly.
guess I've known Grundislav for quite a long time now because of that. And, I loved his Ben
damn.
Jordan games, like when I was.
Oh, Benja. Oh my god.
I don't think he likes to
I-
talk about those so much anymore, but I like think they're amazing.
No, I think a while back, I think somebody asked him, and he can confirm it or not. I don't mean this as any whatsoever towards him. I think Francisco confirmed that he doesn't have the original source code for the Ben Jordan series. So that's the reason why Ben Jordan hasn't been ported over to Steam or other platforms, because the source code is gone, or some element of the game itself isn't comparable, something of that nature. I'm totally incorrect. I'm willing to be corrected on this. I'm totally, because I don't recall, but I've heard that's like the reason.
Yeah, I think I've heard that.
I keep teasing him to say, make it again, make more, but no.
Oh,
But
God.
even Dave from Power Hoof, he used to use AGS, and I knew of him, maybe back in the day. And then,
wow.
like, obviously, sort of 15 years later, or 16 or 17 years later, he comes to me and goes, "Hey, backgrounds, please."
background, it's like with a little heart emoji next to it.
But yeah, I mean,
like,
I'd say the AGS community is like a sort of big foundation of my whole career, really, like social groups and career, and yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool how like adventure games like shaped all of us from like consumers to gamers. And I really appreciate you guys being in the space. And I'm looking forward to the full release of City of Voices. I hope you guys, work really hard and make it better. Obviously the only thing of a game, jokingly, any game needs nowadays is jokingly voice acting and or the ability for me to skip all the puzzles and claim credit. I beat the game 100%. I need that. Just like so I can say that I'm the big smart boy who solved the game. That could be great.
You can do that, but will you feel satisfied? you can just look at a walkthrough, but will you feel satisfied?
No. I want that in
I know.
game. If I look in online, that'll be me knowing I cheated. I need to know that I did it by press start. I'm the smartest gamer, and like I get like that guy. You seen that meme? The guy who like bites into the metal, kisses the girl, and like blows a champagne. I want to be that guy, and everyone's looking at me like I'm a psycho. That's what I want to be. That's the goal.
I mean, it's possible.
We'll add a button just for you.
I appreciate that. Yeah, the hidden button. Yeah, if I find it, that'd be great. But yeah, looking forward to you guys' games. I hope it works out well. Check if you guys haven't checked out City of Voices, check out Theropods and Drifter. Those are really great adventure games. I've only played Theropod, but I'm looking forward to its full release. The Drifter, I saw people talk about it. I hope it's not as spooky as it looks like, but it is what it is.
Be prepared.
Man.
So thanks for having us. Yeah.
Thanks so much for your support again, and for having us. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you guys. And this is Getselious signing out with Kini from Kini Games and Matt from Kini Games as well. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.